amazing why God allows us to go through certain experiences and just to go through certain things in life. And we ask God, why did this happen to us? Why did He allow this to happen to us? And when you're in the midst of the storm, it is so easy for someone on the outside to tell you that, everything is going to be okay, and there's a reason for everything, and God is in control. And granted, yeah, you're preaching to the choir. Nobody questioned if God was in control. The question is, why did He allow it to happen? That's the question. And the one thing that we have to keep in mind is that when we feel like the enemy has taken things away from us, we got to understand the enemy is not that strong. The enemy does not have the power to take it away. He cannot do anything unless the Lord allows him to. Unless the Lord allows him to. Look at Job. He took every single thing away from Job, but before he can lay a finger on Job, he had to get permission. He had to go to God. He had to ask God for permission to touch his servant before he can touch Job. So let's not give the enemy more credit than what he deserves. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. He's not that powerful. Okay? So at the end of the day, when you're going through your experiences, I want you all to know it is okay to be emotional. It is okay to be upset. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to feel neglected. It is okay to feel like you want to neglect others. It is a normal act of being. It is a normal emotion of being human. We are human beings. We are not perfect. So we will have traumatic experiences, and we will have emotions that we really cannot identify. Emotions that we may not understand. That's okay. It is okay. Why? Because at the end of the day, He made a promise to us that He will never leave us nor forsake us. So even when we feel like we have hit rock bottom and we have nothing else to give, we have nothing else to pray for, we feel like we have given our all and there's nothing else that we can do, He will never leave us nor forsake us. I can, with the most gratitude and the most humbleness, the most secure level of appreciation, I can say that what I thought the enemy took away, my Father has restored. So at the end of the day, after everything is said and done, you have to be able to be in a position where you can speak these things into existence, into your life, when you are capable to do so. When you have undergone all those emotions. It's one thing to have these emotions, it's one thing to be there, but it's another thing to take real estate in them. It's another thing to really sit back and to wallow and take real estate in those emotions. Because what happens is it no longer becomes a state of mind, it becomes your reality. It becomes your way of life. And that's a whole nother chapter. So for anyone who is going through anything out there who feels like, you know what, I don't understand why this is happening, trust in Him. Believe in Him. Allow yourself to be sad, to be angry. Allow yourself at times to be worried, even though He told us not to worry. But guess what? We were born into sin. We don't understand that it's almost impossible sometimes for us to not worry. We wouldn't be human if we were ever in a position where we just never worried. But don't take real estate. Allow it to happen. Recognize that it's there. And move on. I leave you all with this. That we have to be in a position where we can have such a level of unwavering, intentional faith in God, in ourselves, where we can honestly sit back and really meditate on who he is, not just for what he can do, but for what he has already done. I love you guys. Be blessed. Remember to be you. Be all of you.